real quick. That is always doing that. What's up, guys? 1 minute. 1 minute. Just 1 minute. I want to make sure I do not. Every time I go live, this is what it wants to do to me. Right. Why is it mirroring? Hey, boo. I'm trying to. Why? Every time every time I go, this is what happens, right? Now, everything's working. I got to turn it. Let me turn the camera around. Hey, boo. I'm trying to. Why? Every time I go, this is what happens, right? Now, there we go. Everything's working. I got to turn it. Let me turn the camera around. Hey, boo. Hey. I'm trying to. Why? Every time I go, this is what happens, right? All right, there we go. There we go. Everything's working. I got to turn it. Let me turn the camera around. Hey. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I guess everybody, if people got, wait and see what people get in here. Oh, this is weird, honey. I actually get, I can actually see it. But look, today, thank you guys for coming out to Value Our Truth today. And I want to have a discussion today about thank you guys. I want to have a discussion about karma, but I also want to have a discussion about how that affects all of us. Karma, different than what you might think. Karma is the rule of the universe. And there's 12 rules to that. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get to all those rules, but there are 4 main rules that I definitely want to have a discussion over. And those rules and how they may apply to these ignorant ass niggas we deal with. You know them. Women alike, all shades. That's what we do. But I want to break down karma first. Karma, one of the first main laws of karma, cause and reaction, cause and effect. And we might call the rules of karma the cause and effect law. They do that sometimes. But what you do, what you put out, whether it be good, whether it be bad, whether it be whatever you put out, that's what you're supposed to draw back. That's what karma is. If you are an ignorant son of a bee and you out here disrespecting women and women disrespecting themselves, what do you think? They're going to be disrespected in some form that they might not even realize what it is. Karma hitting them. Oh, she's always there. Because what you do comes back. We forget that. We forget the old lady down the street that we went over and manipulated and played with her and used her and took her shit, whatever. We think we got away with it. You didn't get away with nothing. And when you're going through your hardest moment, remember that. Now let's look at the second law of karma. Creation. Creation is the second form of karma. Why? Because we create this bullshit that happens to us. We let it happen. So we have to take that into account. What you create is what you get. If you create a monster, that's what you get. Our creations, our thoughts, our ideals, what we choose to put out there, again, that's what we get. If we we don't mind running the streets, being a hoe or whatever they want to be, whatever they do in the streets, if we are not even we don't want a job, we don't want to do nothing, that's what we get. If you want to be successful, if you want to be important, if you want to have good values about yourself, that's what you create. Create it. We create what happens to us. Second rule of karma. Understand that. Now, I didn't lose you guys, did I? Okay. Now, let's look at the third rule of humanity, of karma, which is the rule of humanity. Being responsible for the other, being kind, understanding. These are the basic rules. Be just to the just. Be just to the unjust. Humanity. We're not saying do unto others as you want them to do unto you. We're saying you're going to do this because this is the law of humanity. Respect my brother, my sister. Whether she deserves it or not, whether her actions deserve it or not. Because Who am I to make a final decision for her, to judge her? I ain't shit. And neither are you. So why are we judging somebody? We don't even judge them. So she might be a piece of shit. She might treat me like a piece of shit. But humanity says we don't do to them what they do to us. And I don't. I don't. Why? Because I want to believe that people can be different and they can change. And I want to see the best in people. I don't see shit in them. None of them. But, maybe maybe I got a hell of an imagination if I can imagine these people having anything about them that's good. That's an imagination. Shit. Put me in the hospital, honey. Something wrong with my head. But still, we must treat people accordingly. And that's what I do. So that's the third rule of karma. Now we're going to move on to the fourth rule, and that fourth rule is growth. What you build builds. If you want prosperity, go get it. If you want an education, go get it. If you want a man, don't sit around and wait on it. Go out there and get him. That's the law of growth. You can't grow, you can't move forward unless that's what you want to do. So you have to build yourself up. And that should be a commodity for all of us. A high scoring value, a core value. The law of responsibility. Now, how many of us honestly take responsibility for our shit? That guy we let in our life, yeah, he was a piece of shit, but we let him in our lives. Responsibility. It's hard. That son of a bitch, I want him to take all that. But I got to take some of that. It might not be as in his situation, no doubtly. But that don't mean that's not how they think of you. So take responsibility for your actions. I'm taking responsibility. I let that no good piece of shit, half-tooth ass missing man motherfucker in my life. Period. To the point, hate has its own place. That's my truth. I ain't never hate a motherfucker. But that motherfucker, H, he's the A, the T, and the motherfucking E. And I wouldn't miss it with a period. Period. But I take responsibility that I let that ape in my house, in my home, in my life. So you have to take responsibility for whatever happens to you. Make sure you understand that. Take responsibility for your actions. Take responsibility for your inaction. You don't got no money because you don't want to do nothing. So guess what? Take responsibility for it. If you don't have a job, you didn't want a job. You didn't want to work. So guess what? You must take responsibility. If you a dumb fuck and you chose not to get educated in school, you just a dumb fuck. And you don't even know because you're so dumb that what? You should be taking responsibility. Dummy? Girl. But I know it goes in one ear and out the other. But at the end of the day, somebody on here, they know. I would hope right? I'm gonna tune in because I would love to hear what you guys are saying a little bit or see and like what you guys are saying a little bit. Um, uh, Now the next one will be the law of connection. The law of connection, and that do we know what that is? It's we are all in this universe on some point, on some level, whether it be the dirt, the dog, the cat, Miss Amber, that motherfucker that got on my fucking nerve, that nigga that's cheating on you. We are all connected in one form or another. Period. Not white or black or Spanish now. Those are just it is what it is. We are connected. So why would we want? Now I'm gonna get on to the subject you want to talk about, but I gotta make my way around there. Why would we even want to be associated with half these motherfuckers? We have no choice because we all are connected. Everything is connected. Everything is an element. It's a chemical. It's something that connects all of us. I don't know what the fuck it is, but guess what? It is what it is. Shit. Some of y'all need to be glad something is connected to you. Huh. Honey, I might be one of them. Shit. Honey, I have to wonder sometimes. Focus, everybody. Focus. Take some time to yourself and just go through everything. I don't care if you have to rethink every thought you had in your head about a motherfucker. Focus. I'm always going to be focusing on me. We can't lose focus. That is the seventh law of karma. Why lose focus? I got to keep my eye on everything that motherfucker do because I don't trust nothing that comes out his motherfucking mouth, and you shouldn't. Period. Her. Huh. Because these women, I say women, and I don't include me, baby, y'all do a lot too. Shit. The difference is, when a woman cheats, whatever they going out there, they already left you mentally. Well, some of them, because you got some that think they are men mentally. That's what they do. I mean, I guess they wanted, they got balls just like everybody else. That's how they look at it, and that's what they do. Now, we move down to the eighth. Being hospitable and giving. Now, look, I know a lot of y'all been suckers just like me. We have a sucker day. You give, and you giving, and you're not even thinking, oh, they using me. Oh, they taking advantage of me. You're not even thinking, oh, he's trying to get a come up. You're not thinking, oh, you a clock. Yeah. You're not thinking, well, that's how he perceives you to be. But why would you think that anyway? Big client where? Girl, I wish. I mean, listen, I can pay for a lot of things. That's not one of them. And if I had to pay for you, you would have been shit out of luck, honey, because I wouldn't have paid for you. I would have left you on a shelf and got the other motherfucker next to you. You know why? Because you ain't shit. That's how you got to tell them. Speak your mind, be your truth. Hospitality, giving, being kind, being generous. People look at it as a weakness. It's a law of karma. Since y'all, right. Here, fucking now. bitch. You living now. You need to bring yourself into the now. Living in the present. Accepting the present. Being a part of it. The ability to enjoy a moment. A simple moment. You get tired of being lost in your head. Because, girl, I've been there, lost in my head. And you get tired of it. Shit. You know why? Because first of all, you're going too much fucking thinking. Huh, bitch. You start thinking like that, bitch. You might outthink me. Bitch. You ever outthink yourself? You thinking so much? Yeah, you right there. Yeah, I know. Outthink yourself. That's some dumb shit. And I do it all the fucking time, honey. Just like you. My delivery might not always be in a way that people expect it to be, or society, assumes a person is supposed to do. I'm me. And this is how I give the message. And I don't give it because I'm not educated. I'm playing with 2 degrees. And I'm loving that. I probably forgot more than I've learned. But I got the paper. That's all that matters. But on that note, we have to live now. Not in the past. Life goes on. People move on. So we have to live now, for now, while now is here, while we have an opportunity to live for now. That is the 9th rule of karma. And you know what? I wasn't even going to go all the way this far down, but, I just decided that, wait a minute. Change. And I'm going to bear over to the other area where I want to go to change. People have to change. When you don't change, you go against the law of karma. Change is inevitable, whether we want it to or not. So how many of you want to change? Us. I said us, honey, so you can feel better, so you can do better. But bitch, it's not us, honey. Shit, it's us. But it's definitely us. We have to want to change. Which leads us back to 12. Patience and rewards tend to, when you're patient, that means you thought about things. That means that it wasn't rushed. You allow it to marinate and have an understanding. So guess what? Patience is always rewarded. It's rewarded. Nature rewards patience. So when I'm patiently hoping that the other is what? Changing. Because I don't want my patience to be what? Simply not even considered. Not even sometimes we have to slow down and let things be and be patient. Now, I'm not saying stay in a situation that a motherfucker knock your ass over. Shit. You've been patient in that situation enough. And I've been there. But can we all learn to be patient? That is probably one of my biggest traits. I'm patient. Understanding. I think you do the rewarding, but I should be rewarded. Me. Yeah. And I'm cocky enough to say it. When you put out so much, at some point you do want to return. It may not be monetary, but there's a lot of different values in this world. Value our truth. Right here, we're valued. The fact that we're all here, sitting here, that's a value. Because you're getting valuable tips and information. Patience has been a key ingredient into why I can be humble. I can be humble. If you've been through half the stuff that I allowed myself to go through, let me take responsibility, rule of karma. I shouldn't have any patience. I should have the least, get the fuck out. Yeah, honey. And them keys, yeah. Right. That's what you gotta do. Truth be told, honey. Put that motherfucker out. Shit, and I mean that. Because at the end of the day, that's not, you have patience. I don't know. But we have to understand what also combine what completes this. Inspiration, significance, understanding that we're all connected, and our actions and everything that we do. It has an effect on all of us. What we should be offering is our skills, our abilities, our kindness, our patience, our consideration, our forgiveness, our humbleness, our giving nature, our loving nature. That's what we should be sharing. That's what we should be giving out. Some of y'all can keep that. I wouldn't want it either. You get it? But it is what it is. Now, I gave you a brief rundown, all 12 karmas, because I really want to go into these. But don't think that just because this karma on its face, it seems, oh, take it real. I used to, I never fought back. I always gave them out. I never retaliated for anybody who did anything to me. I cried a lot, still do. I stress a lot. And a lot of us, and I say us, are still doing it. Every smile ain't a smile, honey. They are their own responsibility, but they allow someone to put them in that place, that position they're in, that loneliness they feel. And you feel it. And it walks around with you all day. And it's heavy because of someone else putting it on you. And they think they got away with it. It doesn't happen that way. Karma finds a way. What you do, what you put out there, you get it back. It didn't say, oh, that karma was only for the just. No. Karma is the balance of both. good and evil. And what it puts out and what it puts on for good, it puts the same energy out for bad. And I know that I'm blessed because I continue to grow and prosper. That's the reward that karma gives me because I've allowed taking responsibility to be victimized, to be harassed, to be mentally, psychologically, or emotionally abused, harassed, and whatever. I allowed it. But me taking responsibility shows character, character traits, good character. Not what is that? Personality traits is not quite the same. Personality, honey, is what? Smile, energy, the vibe they give them. Character, I would want. Personality is cute. Character, integrity, stuff like that, yeah. Because when you do good, you do better. And if we can do good, we all can be better. We need to understand our actions as it also relates to other people, whether they're men or women. Men and women, as I said before, they take advantage of good people as equal across the board. Now they take, they may do that with anybody. You meet this guy and this girl, and I guess they can sweep you up your foot. Because you would have, I said foot, because half you got big feet anyway, and you're probably standing on one of them, and the other one got hijacked in the air because you all excited. So, been there, done that. Trust me. My feet ain't big, but I've been on that one foot, honey. And my foot up in the air. Right. Vibing. Take responsibility. You were there. But people will come into your life and they will pretend, they will smile, they will laugh, they will be your friend. Very expensive friend. Right. You got to pay for conversation. And that might cost more because it involves them thinking. And not many of them think. Because if they thought, they wouldn't be thinking of doing the shit they're doing to you. Knowing they're going to get it back. Dummy. Period. I want to, before I told you about what responsibility they are due, I just wanted you to understand the part that you play in your life and what karma means. And now that I got to that point, I want you to also understand that I know exactly what you think, how you feel, hateful. You want to be vindictive. You hoping like hell Santa Claus brings a bus to drop on top of that motherfucker. Not a house, a bus. I don't want him to drop. I just want to run the motherfucker over. Because that's what they did to you. They ran you the fuck over. They laughed in your face. They patronized you, bitch, like you was a bartender at Wendy's, honey, trying to get tipped for your drink. And you don't even look like bartender material. Right. You got no blood. Right. My point. And he ain't all that cute either. But that's what they do. So, it's funny. It is. But I want you to know this, that don't allow moments of weakness. Because this show is probably going to be a little different. A moment of my weakness. But I'm not going to allow someone else's actions to change me into something that I'm not. To cause me to do things that I wouldn't ordinarily do. Yes, it's lonely. And it's painful. Especially watching, seeing. You couldn't see that motherfucker. You didn't know where he was. As soon as they walk out of your life, you see them all the time, don't you? They on right. They on this social media network. They over here doing this. You see them and everything they do. Then you sit back and you wonder what happened to you. Right? Patience. That's what happens to us. Another karma. Patience. But I'm telling you, take heed, be patient, because what was rewarded to you for your patience will be rewarded to them. It will be. That's how you deal with it. Don't you hate a motherfucker just they playing you out and they think you dumb. They really think you stupid. What's stupid is what the fuck they're doing. And I got a moment of truth. Like, I hate him. And I'm not bitter. I'm angry that someone thought that it was okay to hurt me. And people will say all the time, I'll go in the house, child. It'll be okay. I go down the bar. Then you never loved anybody, baby. Because it doesn't happen that way. I get this feeling and this, and I can't shake it. And I get stuck. I do. And y'all do too. That you were in love with a motherfucker that was playing you out. And you missed it. That's what you really feel stupid about. You missed it. Or did you? Patience. Fuck patience sometimes. And I'm sorry, Miss Karma, but listen. Sometimes patience, karma don't move fast enough. And that means you got to take matters in your own hand. And please show up, karma. Because you got about another 20 minutes, bitch, or I'm coming to get you too. Period. But people do. They have this audacity. And they feel entitled. That you are beneath them. So what they do to you doesn't matter. You would never do it to them. No one else would ever do it to them because they wouldn't allow it. This is why karma's going to get them, because you knew what you were doing. People are so quick to disrespect you, to belittle you, to use you, whatever. But do the same thing back to them. And let's see how they respond to that. Shit. Now, I definitely need to swallow on that one, honey. And Remy, she's definitely hung on down my mind. Shit. Y'all think about karma right now. Listen, let me get this swallowing. People do have the nerve to think that they can do and say whatever they want. And they don't think nothing of the sort. They could care less what you feel, how you feel, if you feel. Fuck what you feel. That's how the fuck they feel. And that's giving me a little too much. Period. How you giving it like that? No. Don't do me much like that. And you ever notice when you take matters in your hands, everybody makes such a big issue of you. They don't see anything that idiot did. They could care less. They can care less. They don't give a fuck. They ain't real people, honey. But let it happen to them. I guarantee you, honey, their whole attitude will change. Period. But I let somebody convince me that I was nothing and I didn't deserve nothing and I should be treated like nothing. And that what he expects me to do, don't even bother thinking I'm worthy of such return. They don't respect you. Oh, they don't like nothing about you. That's a lot of energy to lie. To lie. Bitch, I'm not fucking lying about shit. I'm a grown ass man. Get it? Why do you have to convict somebody? Fuck that. I don't feel ashamed that I gave him or anybody for that nature. I give because that's who I am as a person. And accordingly, karma agrees with me. Hello? Are you doing me much, bitches? Huh. That's the point I'm making. So, I'm giving. And it costs a lot for someone who don't even like you. I mean, I heard about keeping your enemies close, but bitch, a snake in your bed? Ah, girl, you was better off going to the zoo all night. And I've had some snakes in my bed. Like some of you got snakes right now next to you. Or you texting on the side. Period. Don't be the same kind of person to somebody else that they are to you. Be kind enough to allow their karma to hit them. Because I have to I'm glad I thought about what I was going to do because guess what? I'm tired of being made a victim and then being played out by everybody else. Oh, you dumb, you what? No, I wasn't. Because the rest of you dummies don't know what the fuck you would have did if you thought you loved somebody. Right. And who's thinking about this dumb motherfucker's using me? No, what you're thinking about is this is your partner. He needs something, or she, and this is what, as a partner, you're going to do. If my partner came to me and said to me, I want to be, you know, a school bus driver, then I'm going to do everything in my power to assist him getting there as a partner. Am I doing too much? Well, it depends. Sometimes people need a listening ear. No, you're not doing too much if the circumstance calls for it. Because some people need financial support to get there. They already have the emotional, the intelligence, but they may not have the wealth to get there. So, yeah, you might have to bend there. Then others may have the drive, the progression. They may have all of that. And they want to do it on their own. They don't want your money. I mean, they want it, but they don't want your money. I think it's a hop of shit. I ain't gonna turn down somebody saying to me, "Oh, you gonna help me with my dream?" Well, I wouldn't do that. But there's some dummies who thought they got away with something. That's what they do. But I'm gonna tell you why the hate is there. I feel like, you ever been in a situation where you know you were kind? You know you was everything you were supposed to be, but you was treated like anything else. Then you sit back and you wonder, you already suffered. You lost money. Some of y'all got put out, lights went off. I don't know, not mine, but I've seen it happen. Some of us stopped going to school. We stopped taking baths. We stopped caring about ourselves. We stopped eating. That's one of my traits. I just won't eat, and I'll be stuck somewhere all day. Honey, give me a little bit of weed, honey, and I'll giggle myself to sleep. Huh. Trust me. You ever giggle by yourself off some weed? That's a giggle. Big, you be all up in your hot and it be so funny. Yeah, been there, done that. Huh. Real quick. But you lose a lot. And you're stressed. Your hair's falling out. You don't have any means. And you know what? They'll leave. They don't even know your state. And you might be in a bad situation. You might be broke. You might, I definitely wouldn't say that. But you might be broke. You might be stressed, suicidal. You might be homicidal. This is why I tell you, allow karma to get them. Because our reaction might not be as kind as karma. Though I hear she can be a bitch. Real shit. I've accepted responsibility, accepted my part playing what I did. I mean, I'm not saying that I did the things that he did. What I'm saying to you is, when I allowed them to continue to treat me like shit, to call me shit, to step on me like shit, and to disregard me as shit, I must take responsibility for that. Because no one has any control over you but you. Us. Me too. But the funny part that I was going to tell you is you stressed. You were going through hell within this relationship. Then you have to deal with the separation. And then you have to publicly watch him perform in ways that you don't even know. He's out walking the park. That's what you want to do. But he act like he didn't do that when he was with you. He had an appointment every day. He had his next day mapped out before we got home. There was no room for me to come in and plan this or plan that. Intentional. And then you get to be in more pain while they leave out and they're happy, they're smiling. They get to exchange Christmas presents and share birthday hugs, and they get to go out to dinner together, and they get to have some, right? But they are assholes. They're motherfuckers. They are bitch ass. They are users and manipulators. They are our exes. Playing you out. Using you like a placemat. If people knew the person they was with you, they would not be with people. But guess what? They get this soft side. I'm nice and I'm this. They're not nice. They are disrespectful. They are the demon. They are Satan. They hate. Have you ever had someone hate you? They hate themselves. They hate that they're irresponsible. They hate that you are correct about the things you said. They hate. They hate that you can do what they won't do for themselves because they're too scared to take that kind of risk. They would risk you and yours. How do you spend tens of thousands of dollars on somebody and they don't even buy you a card? Ever. And you probably can count how many thank yous. They took your money and they ran the streets and played this image to be something that they love that opportunity while they treating the person that's watching your back is at home like a piece of shit. Karma gonna get them. You don't do to the good. And I know that I'm good. And think karma will not respond. See, karma's going to respond. You know why? You think you happy now. You think you pretty now. Pretty hurts, baby. And Beyonce said that. Yeah, it hurts. Because bitches who want to be pretty, they got to what? Yeah, right. You need hammers, and you need nails, and you need a hospital gown, and you need doctors. It hurts to get all that changed up. Yeah, pulling teeth, it hurts. Beauty, honey, like myself, honey, is natural, honey. Honey, get the message. Love that self. But we stop loving ourselves when we don't accept and acknowledge our part that we allow When we go into denial, we're not loving ourselves enough because now you can't move on. Now you can't move past this. You have to be strong enough to walk. Or they will stay at the well as long as you keep their cup filled. They will find a means, they'll find a way. Even if it means lying to the other motherfucker that was cheating on you with to get with. And how can you live in somebody's home, lay in their bed, and think that you can come and say to them, we're not together anymore, and then still think you're gonna get boyfriend benefits and think you're gonna be in and out their home? No, bitch, you still my man until you move up out my house. Honey. So you will act accordingly. Or we both know what dismiss means. Yes, please don't let my door hit you on your way out. Honey, Alexa, lock those doors. That's what you say.
Locking.
Thank you, boo.
The front door lock is locked.
That's what you do. And you put them on the other side of the door. Period. Because karma got them. It's a funny thing about karma. Karma gets her way. But I want you victims out there. Y'all got to be strong. But you got, most of all, focus on you. Learn you. Love you. People will be what they are. Monsters. Snakes. They would take from those with less than them or those they think got more than them. They will belittle you. And everybody else will see a star. How? But they blinded too, honey. Because every beast or wolves in sheep's clothing eventually shows their skin. Honey. But see, your karma affects both of us. Do you think karma is going to reward you when you allow something to happen to you and you didn't protect yourself? No. Karma's not going to reward you. You shouldn't reward you. Shit, you're rewarding that motherfucker. And trust me, they don't feel nothing. I watched Kim tell me how much he loves somebody. Bitch, you live in this house. We share this home. We were supposed, I didn't ask for it, you did. If I haven't had so much to keep me busy, I don't know where my mind would be at. I don't get, at least it's not in jail. Yet, anyway. And that's my truth. I am angry. And my response time hasn't ended yet. Because I'm angry. So understanding those karma laws, I'm trying to will myself within those guidelines. Because at the end of the day, I don't like bad karma. I reward the people who are really bad to me. My birthday is in like 2 weeks. I do for everybody on their birthday. Everybody. And I don't buy cheap gifts. And I don't get nobody doing it for me on my birthday. Yeah. Shit, I spent over $5,000 on that motherfucker's birthday. Huh. Right. I guarantee you he won't be nowhere around on mine. Right. Let alone bring anything. You know why? I'm dirt. The only value I was is bail me out of jail. Take my phone call. Send me commissary. I need room because I need a flat. All I was a means to an end. And then they balls enough to say it to your face. You let this, yes. The fuck? Honey, listen. From now on, I don't give a fuck. I can't, well, okay, you can't be here and get out. That's how I'm going to be. But I'm giving you, fuck karma for a moment. I'm giving you the same energy you giving me. What you can't, what you want, what you want. Those conversations, I don't want them in my face. I don't want anybody in my face that I have to question. Loyalty, honey. Many of us don't even understand the definition of that. And perhaps that will be the next show. So you see me, oh, I'm definitely watching my back. Because I don't know how this end results. Because when you're angry, you are subject to anything. So my therapy becomes my show because I try to, I don't want to be, I'm not a fake. So I want to apply the same to myself as I would imply or offer or share or suggest others to do. Who am I to give advice about something that I wouldn't do? No. I'm authentic. I'm as real can be. And I'll say what the fuck I want to say, and I don't give a fuck. Because I'm grown at the end of the day. But what I'm not is a bad person. What I'm not is going to change who I am because somebody couldn't appreciate me. They saw value in my pockets and how my pockets could tear or change their life. I think it's selfish. I think it's fucked up. And they think because they're in his loving arms that what? They ain't going to get it back. And then that one, you taking it on like, I thought you just been through the same situation. And I just told you what I've been through. You okay with that after you just experienced it? Please tell me, help me understand. Or maybe, I'm just oblivious to everything that goes on. People talk shit all over time. What they don't like, what they don't do, but they go out there and get the same thing you get. Why would you go out? Why would you even commit yourself after I told you how this motherfucker was an asshole to me? He's a user, a manipulator, and he's a liar. Because people are never what they seem. So you might be just like that motherfucker. And birds seem to flock together. Huh. At least the chickens I see do. Huh. And I say chickens, honey, because bitches can't fly. Honey. Period. Huh. Honey. Yes, honey. Your wings been clipped a long time ago, girl. You know, and your dub. Girl, I don't get it. I don't get the fact that you used, we allow them to take our value, period. And we are subject to that same karma. We get the energy we put out. Now, some people are unfortunate and they are maggot to these type of repeat offenders. Let's say that. And they become so confident. Male, female, honey, even the teenagers are out here doing. Everybody is out here sucking up, fucking up, rubbing up for something from someone at some point, period. And that's a bitch who's doing a little too much. No, honey. I don't move to nobody's drum beat. Period. I'm a leader, not a follower. Many of us think we are we think we leaders. No, you are a leader leading motherfuckers right into right. That's you lead people in the wrong direction. You're not a leader. I'm a leader. I define myself. I decide for me. I'm the type of man, period, that most would appreciate. Because those fundamentals are not out there anymore, period. And trust me, honey, this is not an open application, honey, for any guest. No, I'm okay with being by myself. Because it means I'll save more money. And bitch, I'm tight with my money. So only my man can get my money. And I don't need no man. I am my own man. Because I refuse to let a motherfucker treat me like a piece of shit. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. But that person was the one person that I would least expect. And they treated me like I was nothing. Nothing. And they looked at me like I was nothing. They smiled and laughed at me like I was nothing after I picked them off the ground. Right. Because you was lying in your own throw up. I picked you up. And you will be the one to try to put me down. Please help me understand. Karma. And that's my karma. You know why? I sat there like a dummy and kept allowing him to run his mouth like he was not, like he telling a story. He's not that bright. You allow him, her, them, because they'll play you out in teams too. Patience, kindness, giving. Yet all those are nice words, but sometimes you have to respond. Because I think so you have to respond. Because the fact that you are defending yourself at better late than never, shit. And it ain't late until if you didn't get it in your head until then, girl, it ain't late. I mean, you late, but it ain't late. Period. Us. Here we go again. Yeah. Us. And I just say us. Because I'm subject to the same shit. And I know I'm supposed to be smart. But how could you sit and parade around like a masquerade? Like a pumpkin in heat. So the world can be attended to your new fascination. After you done stumped and rumped somebody who valued you, respected you, cared, honored, invested, lost. That's a lot of karma. A lot. Shit, it was either that, go to jail, or cast a spell. And at the end of the day, shit. I just can't let it go, honey. I couldn't find my Wicca book anyway. But if I had my wand, bitch. Bitch, I'm no B genie in you, girl. These bitches will try you. But understand, guys, again, as we relate back to karma, we're all connected. Energy, that's what it is. That's energy. Negative energy. It is all connected. What he does affects you, and then what you do end up affecting your kids, and then your kids take it to school, and then your teachers are calling you about it, and the principals, everybody is affected by the same energy source. So it is our reactions and responses and responsibilities and the things that we put forth. It is our job to make sure who we are, who we stand for, how we represent ourselves, our integrity, our character, not personality. He got personality, yeah, a player personality. That ain't nothing but character, values. We have to focus on that, making sure that what we do and how we respond to people and how we live our lives, how we prosper, how we gain, how we live, our children, grandmothers, parents, family, how we respond to them, the type of relationship we have, guided by the rule of nature, karma, and she has no feelings for victims. We all victims. And she's coming to give energy to the good and the bad. And that's something to think about. And while you're thinking, I want to thank you for coming out to this show today. And I hope that, that we all, stay in the house, stay away from that COVID, because that's out there. And, really say a prayer out to everybody. And I want everybody to have a happy, Merry Christmas. If you have family, love them, be there with them, spend that time with them. Life is very short. And all of us don't have the opportunity to have someone there. Some of us will be alone. You may never know that. That's why I tell you, you put all your beads in one bag for a motherfucker that will leave you alone for someone who wouldn't put a bead in his bag. Well, that she butter up those mistletoes, honey. I just... So, again, understand what karma is. And we have to make sure our lives fall in line with all 12 of those laws. And if you pay attention, everything lines up like it's supposed to. As it was taught, as it was shared. So let's stand together to do better. And stand together to be better. For each other. For our children, our mothers, and our kids. And our future. And don't take that with the energy of someone bringing negative karma your way. Because your response could change everything. I'd rather hate for now. Because I hate them. And on that note, I am out. But don't forget to share, subscribe, and comment, please. And tell me what you want to talk about. Next time I do a live, I would have it set up so that we can all be able to communicate a little better. And there's a hotline, give people a chance to call in and be a part of the show. And I will reveal the winners for the $50 prize for the last show that we put out there. All right? All right. Until then, don't do me much, bitches. Did I get no? What's up?
Hey, what's up, baby?
I just did a show.
Oh, that's what you were doing.
I just
That's why you didn't pick up.
I just finished my show. It was live.
I was gonna try to go down there, but you didn't pick up the phone. I didn't know you was doing that.
You just called my phone.
Yeah.
I just did a show. I went live.
Oh my God, my feet hurt. Oh my God.
Once you got tooth out, honey. But
So, how was it?
I don't know. I mean, I thought it was good. I mean, I didn't do the show like I thought I was going to do.
Yeah, I was trying to get Trudy to drop me off. But she started
Coming out to Value Arches today.
She had no gas.
And I want to have a discussion today about coming out to Value Arches today. And people are on there though. I want to have a discussion today about people are on there. They say hello, and I don't know how many people are on it. People are on there though. They were on there. One, two. People on there. They say hello. And I don't know how many people are on it. Yeah.